Our recruitment efforts to hire 10,000 new ICE officers has been extremely successful, Lawrence. As of today, we have over 80,000 applicants for those 10,000 positions already. We've removed any of the age barriers. We no longer have a cap on how old you can be, or you can continue at age 18, sign up for ICE and join us and be a part of it. We'll get you trained and ready to be equipped to go out on the street.
Yeah, we got tons of applicants. She's focusing on the applicants and not how many are actually qualified to do the job, and kind of on purpose, because we're gonna talk about some of the issues they've actually had, and not just getting people to apply, but getting people to apply that can even remotely keep up with the actual work. But I also love that she says there, we've taken away all the age limitations. Okay, so you can be older and you can stay on. Well, why do you need to do that? I mean, if you're getting so many awesome young people, why do you need to change that? But then she turned to the part that I think was really important, that we're allowing you to just be 18, which first of all, should you? Like, I think you should probably have a little bit of experience in law enforcement before you're doing this thing. You want an 18-year-old doing arrests, busting through windows? Do you know any 18-year-olds? Is that really what you want? But like, I ask that as a reasonable person who is taking the position seriously. Why would she want 18-year-olds to do this job? Well, because she knows that there's a ton of 18-year-olds that have been radicalized by BS right-wing podcasts that are consumed with hatred and just like entitlement and all of that. And they think, well, we could turn them loose on some people. They'll run amok, do some damage, and that's what we're actually seeing. But how much damage and for how long can they maintain it? I have concerns about their stamina, and the evidence is really buttressing that. So we're gonna talk about the requirements for these ICE agents. So Donald Trump wants to double the number that they actually have, but they're facing a few obstacles in that. And it's not like legal challenges or something like that. It's the ICE personal fitness test. Evidently, it's proving troublesome for some of them. More than a third have failed so far. So that 80,000, we'll cut that by a third. So to pass, recruits must do 15 push-ups and 32 sit-ups and run 1.5 miles in 14 minutes. Now, I'm not gonna say that that's nothing. If you can't do that, I don't think that you should feel bad or whatever. But I also don't think, they're not expecting John Wick. They're not expecting a professional athlete. Like, you're gonna be like running after people, like brawling in protests. Like, you're gonna be, like throwing 14-year-old girls down. And like, you have to actually have some physical capacity to do this sort of brutality that they're gonna be required to do. And evidently, a lot of them just can't manage it. And that's serious, because if you can't keep up physically, that's how you get instances like this. I think that is just so, that's amazing. So I'm gonna say, I know that a lot of people have seen that video, and the thing they focus on is the fact that they're not fast enough to chase him down, like the physical thing, which is what this represents. But that's not the part of that video that stood out to me. The part that's always stood out to me is that they're not intelligent enough to lead their target. They all run directly where he's at that moment. And so they all end up like following him like a line of baby ducks. If they'd cut him off in the very beginning, they could have easily gotten the guy. So it's not that they don't have the cardio or the leg strength, their brains are barely functioning. ICE is cooked mentally, and you love to see it. So anyway, apparently there was an email from ICE headquarters about the physical side of this, lamenting that, quote, a considerable amount of athletically allergic candidates have been showing up to the academy. They had, quote, misrepresented their physical condition on application forms. I guess they learned to do that on dating apps, and now they're doing it in the resumes as well. The email directed leaders at ICE's field offices to conduct preliminary fitness exams with new recruits before sending them to the academy. And I just love the image that this sends. So look, some of those people who are lying about their capacity have probably been drawn in by the fabulous amount of money that is being showered on potential ICE applicants. Nowhere else is a government worker paid for what they do. But for ICE, man, we will shower you $100,000 or whatever. So some of them are lying for that reason. But also, you know that America is full of racist ass guys who see themselves as like, blonde haired Aryan defenders of the homeland. But at the end of the day, you're not, Ivan Drago or whatever. You don't actually have that body. You like to cosplay on the internet as if you're some sort of alpha or something. But at the end of the day, 14, push-ups or whatever, 32 sit-ups, and that's a little bit more difficult than typing out racist text messages and tweets. So, your mileage may vary if you try to actually enter this organization. I will close by just acknowledging one more sinister little news update on ICE. They've been spending a ton more money on weaponry these days, and you can understand why. If they can't physically chase people down, they're gonna wanna shoot them at distance. So they're spending tons of money on guns and armor, including guided missile warheads and explosive components. They spent $71 million on small arms, about 10 times as much as they normally do. So when I declare that this is his secret police, or these are the brown shirts, people say stuff like that, why are they spending 10 times as much money on guns? You remember when there was that report that supposedly the IRS was buying ammunition and the right freaked out about it, even though the IRS, like when do they have gun? Like when have you seen an IRS agent with a gun? These people are shoving guns in regular Americans' faces, and they're buying way more of it, and the right doesn't care. But guided missile warheads? What is that even about? Like, why is that nobody is even talking about that today? And I understand Fox doesn't care. What is that? Like there's a family getting away in a van and you need to shoot it with a stinger? I literally don't even know what the excuse for that is. I know that they really like cosplaying as tough guys or whatever, but this seems a little bit over the top even for them.
If you enjoyed that, make sure that you never miss another video by subscribing. And if you want a little more, consider hitting the join button and becoming an actual member. But you're probably wondering, why the hell would I do that, John? First off, calm down. The stakes in this are very, very low. But also, when you click the join button and you become a member, you get access to bonus content that I make every week, and it's a ton of fun. You get access to tons of custom emojis and more besides that. By the way, if you join at tier 3, you even get access to a monthly member hangout with myself and other awesome people, and we always have a great time. By the way, you'll get all that going forward, but you also unlock years of the back catalog. That is literally 100 or more bonus clips, top 10 lists, debates, and more. What are you waiting for? Click the join button below. Your support powers our show, and we couldn't do it without you. Or at the very least, I wouldn't really want to try. Viewers like you keep me here. So thank you in advance for joining.